Hey everybody, sorry. Cat! Sorry, took my meds, so I'm feeling mildly irritated. Anyway, this video is for a buddy of mine called E. Chapman. Check him out, everybody. Check it out. That's a mistake. I'll show you that in a minute. E. Chapman, buddy, this is for you. The 6x6 walkthrough. This is for everybody else that wants to look at it too. Son's here.
Hey guys.
Playing his PlayStation. Jump!
Oh!
That's gotta hurt.
Ouch!
Anyway,
I
okay.
think I broke my foot.
6x6. Where should we start, Chapman? Okay. The body was a... What do they call them? A brooder. And there's a rear cement truck section. I found out I could have got a cheaper one without the cement truck. But anyway, so that's the cap. Now, the frame is all brake tube that I brazed myself with brackets and whatnot. And it's attached right under here with hot glue going into the body mount, and then with the cab off, I just hot glue gun it onto the posts. So I just have to take this whole mount off, and the cab comes off. And this one notched out the bumper, and it's glued onto there. I'm gonna change this front end. Underside, okay. The front axle is quite worn, but sloppy drivetrain. Sorry, I'm not looking through the viewfinder here. It's got a heavy-duty drive shaft in the front because the plastic ones just can't handle the weight and torque of this truck. A buddy of mine sent me these. This one was one that I built that I made a video the other day, but didn't put it up. It's made out of bits and pieces because the other drive shaft. I hate it when you buy drive shafts and they wear out like a short mileage away. Pisses me off. But anyway, it's all SCX10 frame. The back section has this section right here cut out like this off of another frame and brazed onto the end. Shut up, cat. And as you can see, the center axle is actually two front halves. You flip over one half and then you shave off the finning inside of here that lines up to two halves. And then you just put it together. And then the other gear, as you can see, the other pinion comes out on the opposite side, which causes the drive shaft to spin backwards on the other side, which creates another problem. So you take this rear axle and it gets flipped over 180 degrees, and you can see these are the old mount holes where the struts, where the brace would go across for the four-link. Well, you just put that on the bottom side, which you can't really see. I'll show you. And then just plug up those holes to keep dirt out. That's what I did anyway. See, and then you just mount the tower on there. Yeah, these have got paint on them, but that's how I roll. As you can see in the rear, I took the rear springs off. All four. Because this thing has got ridiculous axle twist. If it starts getting loaded, it will pick this this back tire up and shove it right up into here because the torque twist that it's got. It's just tremendous. So I took the springs off to ground it and help that out a little bit, but it still will do it. So it's just something you got to live with a truck like this, unless you can find an alternative way. And as for self-righting, it does okay. It's got really stiff springs in the front. In the back, got my little key. Oh. See? My little wood key for the wood deck piece. Now behind there, that's where my battery goes down in here. I made a little low belly pan because the battery was actually hitting this. This is another trick I'll tell you guys about. So I made a low belly pan for the battery to drop down below the frame. This works on all kinds of setups. That ESC is junk. It's got a short in it. But to braze this, or not braze it, but to hot glue aluminum together, normally when you put the hot glue on aluminum, it cools right away and solidifies. The trick to it is, I put the hot glue on, I heated up the aluminum with my tiger torch, a little blowtorch, got the metal hot, put the glue on there, and then heat it up again until it started to ooze out and was starting to get really roasty. And then I just put my little 8-pound vise or anvil on it, let it dry out or overnight or cool off, and now you're not going to separate that. But anyway, that's where that lives. if you have to do work on it, you just grab this little piece here with the Codes Empire logo. Pull that off. Toss that aside. And down there is where the dual motor setup lives. And the fan. It's got a nice big fan blowing down on the ESC and the motors. And like I said, it is a dual motor setup on a homemade dual motor plate. Anybody can do this kind of stuff. The kids that look at this and think, geez, I wish I could have that. You know what? I used to think that too. You can do anything, man. Anything is possible. And everybody's out there willing to help. I'll help. I'll talk you through it. But, you know, so this whole cage is all brazed up. Bolts on. It can be removed independently. Oh yeah, sorry, that little prop. Oh, I was out with Sarah on a trail one day, and it spat this drive shaft out of it. It had a plastic one on there, and with dual motors and a 14-pound truck, I was reefing on this thing like I do with the goat, you know, throttle, and well, I spat the drive shaft apart, shit it out on the trail, and it was the rear. So there ain't no way in hell the front end's going to drag this truck all over the place. It did drag it out of the trail, which was cool. But I had to cut my panel out here so I could take the screw out, the grub screw for the drive shaft, so I could take it out. Because there ain't no way in hell with my bad back I was going to pack this big son of a bitch out on the trail on my own. So I made it crawl out in front wheel drive like a true champion. Because, you know what? You're a big son of a bitch like this. You're dragging yourself out. And I do have a heavy duty tow rope on the back, you know, for whatever. I have a tow rope on the front that I made for whichever reason. It's mainly just there for looks, but somebody needs a tug, I will do it. And I will be doing a modify on the front end of it sooner or later, because I'm going to cut it off here and cut off the bumper. But that's a whole modification thing. But I got other things, other projects that are on the go that I want to get done. Put my cover back on. So I decided to, instead of putting on the back or the front bumper mod right now, I wanted to get this truck put back together and running, because a buddy of mine had sent me parts to get it running and didn't want me scrapping the truck, because I was going to scrap it out, but sent me some stuff, fixed her up, and so big bastard's back together again. And ready to go at any time anybody wants to go and play. Any of you guys want to come down and visit me, come on out. We'll get the whole crew together. Well, my crew. Get my son. And we'll get Sarah.
I just crashed my trophy truck.
Sweet. And when you guys comes out, one of my fans, you guys want to come out and join us, you can drive the 6x6. Or you can drive the goat. Or you can drive the rubber duck. But the rubber duck is a kind of a pain in the ass. It's got an axial ESC in there. Sorry, a Traxxas one in there, and it has no drag brakes, so it's got to come out. The Goat has the same ESC, but that thing is so low geared. If you try to twist the tire to make the wheels turn, these are actually sitting up on blocks, so the tires don't get flat spots. But if you tried to do that with the Goat, with the gearbox that's in it right now and the gear reduction box, you would just snap the axles off, because it ain't crawling nowhere, or it ain't rolling, it never will. But it goes like a son of a bitch. It's slow, but you know, it's sure-footed like a goat. So this thing's gonna get an ESC that I have. The ESC that's actually in that truck belongs in this truck, and the ESC that's in this truck is gonna go in my rock bouncer, which is non-existent. And then a buddy of mine is sending me an ESC for that, and then that thing's going to get buttoned up. But so I'm trying to get things finished, get things swapped around to where they need to be, so I can get this stuff done, so I can get on to my next build, which is the big bastard, my rock bouncer. It's going to be a big truck. It's not going to be lightweight. I don't roll little, as you guys know. That ain't no little truck.
It may monster.
Yeah, I think it's a 1/16 cab for a Brooder Scania cab, but this thing is a big truck. I mean, compared to Sarah's truck, I won't put it on there because it would crush it. Here, I'll crush it. There, look at that. Deflated. But see, it covers. It's a dominant truck. This thing is a monster.
Yeah, there's a reason it has that thing on there.
It also Chapman, it has, what do you call it, closed cell foams in the front. so that they do not collapse, which it actually needs. But if anybody, I desperately need something. If anybody out there's got a set, you know, maybe I can build you a bumper. I need a set of spacers, you know, those hub spacers. You put them on the wheel and it pushes the wheel out. You can get them, they fit on a stock 12 millimeter hub. If anybody has a set, like I just need two, just to spread the front wheels out a little bit wider. Because this one here, I have plastic shims in there, and there's like no thread on the nut. And that's so that, like, you can see the tire is almost rubbing now. When I drive, it does rub. And so I need shims to put in there to space it out. But if anybody's got a set of those hub extenders, you know, I just need two. Maybe we can work a deal out. Maybe I'll build you a bumper. Or if you have a set, and you want a bumper, you want one of these bumpers, I'll tell you what. If anybody out there has a set of hub adapters, just two, I'll give you both of these bumpers for them. If you want, or I'll make you one. Let me know, because I really, really would like a better offset in the front of this thing. Anyway, Chapman, there you go. Sorry, guys, it was a long video. What? Oh, check this out. That was from my wedding day. My son, I was proud to have him there. He was a ring bearer. You can see, look at his eyes. He was, well, he's losing it. But he held it. I did what I did. He did it, and he held together. Did it for his dad.
There he is.
It's my dad. Yeah, well, that's not my dad. That's me.
Yeah.
But anyway.
My dad.
Proud of him. That's my boy, Silas. He's a little theatrical, but whatever. We all are. But anyway, guys. So, Chapman, hopefully that is a little bit better for you, what you wanted. It's Indiana Jones and his son inside of here. If you need any more information, if anybody needs a little bit of know-how on how to build something, you know, most of the part, I don't know what I'm doing. I just build it up as I go along. But if you need some help figuring something out, that's what I do really, really well. All right. So, like I said, if anybody's got a set of hub adapters to widen this thing, you know, talk to me. Maybe we can work out a deal. All right. Thanks, guys. Remember, build with passion.